Story time.
Hello guys, what's up? So right now, as you read from the title, that we finally got approved
Yeah.
for the apartment in Lloydminster. So that's interesting because we have been waiting for so long. And it's not just the apartment that was the issue. The moving out from a house before was just as problematic
It was like
as getting
oh
into
my
a new
God.
one.
It was a pain in the ass.
How was it pain in the ass?
It's so much problem with the people that we were staying with them, because we were moving early. So many things happened and it wasn't easy at all. We have to move early. We should move, I think, by the end of the
so
month.
basically what happened, there was like a fight
Yeah.
and then we moved the next day.
Yeah. Literally.
And she was so upset at me. She was like, you know what? You're the man. Figure out. I'm not
Don't say
gonna
that. I
stay.
look so bad now.
I'm not gonna stay in this house for one day. Figure out everything, and I'm leaving tomorrow. So then, the same night, it was I think around 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. I had to go look up things. For example, U-Haul or Home Depot. Home Depot vehicle. Found a vehicle. Booked the vehicle. Then book the moving. So we had to start moving the same night. In the morning, put stuff all the way in the car. Then we drove the car to the Home Depot, park there, take the van, get the van, put the stuff in the van, and then drive.
Yeah, it was hard, but
was
like
just
you
tough.
pointed me as I told you this, and it was look so bad. I just want to know from you now. Do you think after what happened there, that wasn't a good decision?
I think emotionally, I think we could have been a bit more calm and we could have waited for a couple of days so it wouldn't affect mentally on both of us and our family. Because now what has happened is that because we move early, we don't have an apartment in Lloydminster
Yeah.
until the first of the month.
Yeah.
So now we have to take all the stuff, pack it up, and put it in my parents' house and in the basement. So most of the stuff is in the basement. Now, this trip from basement to the new house is just unnecessary for you, right?
Yeah.
So that's one. Plus our couch that we bought, it's outside in the living room, in the backyard, and it was raining yesterday.
Thing
So I
is,
hope
like,
it's okay.
you're right. I understand this, but like from a girl perspective or from a girl point of view, because you guys don't understand what happened. It was actually a big fight and it was very rude, and there's so many things happened. I'm not gonna go through the details of what exactly happened, but basically we should have leave at the end of that month, but they wanted us to leave early. Why? That was the whole scenario, but we're not gonna go through it now again. So because of the discussion that we have a discussion with them, and the discussion wasn't actually going in a good way from both sides. I'm not gonna say just from their side or from my side, from the both sides. It was a little bit spicy, or not spicy, like a little bit warm. So I couldn't stay in that place because you are actually living, like, it's not like we are separated or anything. We are living in the same house, and we are meeting every time I go to the kitchen, every time I go outside. We are meeting with those people. So it's not gonna be a good idea to face same people every day. And I can guarantee to you, if we actually stayed one more day, more problems gonna happen, and it's gonna be more.
No, but
like,
the
big.
discussion is not that the problems would have happened. The problems are part of life. You have to deal with that.
I cannot.
Not just like, okay, run away from a situation. I feel like we ran away instead of dealing with the situation. We could have dealt it in a way that, like, hey, I don't like your behavior. I understand where you're coming from, but this is the red line. Don't cross it. I'll do what you're asking me to do for the next few days, or we'll compromise on this. But saying like, no, I'm gonna leave tomorrow, or leave F this,
No, but
F
because
that,
they asked us to
that would be
leave.
true. No, I know, but they didn't ask. I know I was there, so they didn't ask like leave. But that was the case. Like, if you have issue, figure something else out, and one of that something could have been leave. But anyways, a lot of
he's upset for me because I am the one, because I was honestly was so pissed, and I went to him on that day, and like, as he mentioned, I told him like, you're the man here, you have to figure it out like a car, and we will be leaving tomorrow. And it wasn't easy at all because we were buying a lot of stuff for our new apartment, so it's not just our suitcases or just our like clothing. There was so many stuff like kitchen and stuff, a lot of things we have
and
bought.
plus we end up coming to Lloyd 3-4 times,
Yeah.
3-4 times
Yeah, so it
in a
wasn't
month.
easy like to just
So we
grab
brought a
everything.
lot of things with us to the new
Yeah,
place.
it wasn't easy to just grab the things and leave in one day. It need at least 3 days to figure out the car
To
first,
pack and
to
everything,
bag
yeah.
and put everything there to figure out like your own stuff. It at least 3 days. But I just told him this, and I know that you hate
Yeah,
it.
so we all
But I
did.
just want to say that, yeah, I just literally appreciate him because I just told him this and he actually figured out something in the same day. He didn't even negotiate it with me or anything. He in the same day he went and he figured out like a U-Haul.
No, it
No,
was
Home
Home
Depot.
Depot.
Yeah, Home
By the
Depot.
way, side note, if you are doing U-Haul versus Home Depot in Canada, I think Home Depot will be a great option if you have to come back to the city for some reason, okay? And they're cheaper because there's unlimited kilometers, but U-Haul is not unlimited. They will do, I think, 300 free, and then they have to do it. So basically, that's what we did. So I booked the big van, and trust me, I was so scared driving that
Yeah,
van
I was
because
scared too.
it was huge from the back, and I never driven that long of a vehicle and that tall of a vehicle. So I was scared, but alhamdulillah, everything went well. So we took the van from Edmonton, and then we had to return it. So that's the drawback in Home Depot, that you have to return where you got it from. So I was like, okay, well, if I'm taking the van, my car is going to be Lloydminster, so I have to drive that back. I was like, okay, that's a good deal for me. I'll take the Home Depot van, drive home, put all the stuff there, and then come back to Edmonton next day and give them van, take my car, and then come home. So that's what we did, and end up being a good and cheaper trip than it would have been from U-Haul. Because U-Haul, I can put one place to the other, sure, but then how am I going to come back to Edmonton? I have no car.
Yeah,
So it ended
true.
up being a good way.
It was very scary. I will never like I think the first 1 hour it was very scary because we were
Yeah.
still in the city, like we were moving, getting other stuff, and the city there's a lot of cars and it's not like a highway or anything.
It's not like there's
Yeah.
highways like in Anthony, and there if you miss the turn, oh my god, that's tough.
Yeah, he missed actually the turn one time and it was
Yeah.
so tough
It
because
added like
he's
14.
so scared and because he cannot see anything behind you clearly, like
Yeah, there is no back mirror. You're blind. Changing lanes was such a big problem. So anyway, so we put all the stuff. Now our stuff is at my parents' house. Most of that is in basement. Few stuff is outside. It rained yesterday, so we are very nervous. Hopefully
Oh, tell them
everything's
about
okay.
that. Like we were sleeping, and I was sleeping, and I woke up and someone, oh shit, it's raining, something like
Yeah,
that.
so I hear raining and I was sleeping,
Yeah, and
and I woke up. I
ran.
was like, frick, it's raining. You gotta go run. So it's like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning. We
Yeah, it
ran
was
downstairs and
4:30.
like go into the backyard and be like, okay, cover it with like plastic. And then we came back and I was like, thank God. We covered it with plastic, but I remember there was someone was telling me this one side is not covered properly. So I was like, okay, I gotta go do that. So we did that.
Garbage bag.
Yeah, put the garbage bags on
You
it.
know, I was like literally half asleep. I just saw you running, so I just ran with you. I didn't know what's going on. I was just sleeping. I saw him running, and I just ran with him. And like when we went to downstairs, then I was like, yeah, okay, it's raining, and that's all what's happening right now.
So that being said, we have done most of our moving here in Lloydminster. On the first, we're getting the keys of the other apartment, so we'll start moving there, and we'll bring you along for sure. Everything in Edmonton is wind up. The only thing is that we are missing some of the money that we're supposed to get from them, which I think we're not gonna get it most likely, which is fine. Let it go.
He's saying, you guys tell us in the comment, it's not about money. It's a very small amount. Like I don't care about it. It's just a money that we can spend on one meal, for example. Okay, but from my point of view, it's my money and I work for it, and it's not about it. It's just about like it's my right, and I have to get this respect.
No,
And
but
I have to get it.
here's the thing. Sometimes you have to let it go. The response of that, let's just say one thing I think to myself all the time is that if I let that $100 go, for example, and God give me a great opportunity in business, would you take it? 100%. If God give you 1,000 subscriber, hint hint, would you take it? I'll
would
be
take
like,
it.
yeah,
Yeah,
of
it's
course.
fine.
Take $80, take $200,
Subscribe us now.
but give me subscribers or someone who's gonna like the video right
Yeah.
now. So I'll do it, right? So similarly, if think of it in a way that it's a sadaqah. Think of it in a way that I will let them take this money, but I will ask God to give me the reward for this. But make sure I'll ask God that I want 10 folds of this reward, in that either here or hereafter, doesn't matter. So that's what, and fighting, getting the $80 or $100, $200 is not gonna worth your mental capacity.
True, but that if it was a normal situation, like of just anything, someone lent, for example, money from me and he didn't give it to me back, it's fine. It's a normal
No, but
situation,
you have
like
to
a
understand.
normal
No,
environment.
no.
Listen to
You have
me.
to understand. It's not about normal.
I'm
These
gonna
are
now
these are the
argue.
situations that you have to deal with. There's nothing normal. Things will come to you, and that is your situation.
No, but
You
like
have to deal
for
with
me,
it.
I
You don't have
cannot.
to
I
think like, no,
cannot.
it's if this situation is going to be this way, then I'll be able to handle it that way. No, it doesn't work like that.
No, because you guys have to understand my point of view, where I'm coming from. It's like it was a fight and we are arguing, and if I let everything go, I feel like I lost. Okay, I just want to win. It's not about money. It's not about how much it is. It's not about anything. It's just about me feeling
No,
that I have
you
win. No one use me. No one fool me. This is what I want to
look.
feel.
If you let them win, that's a even bigger winning. Why? Because you won in hereafter. You won because you're gonna get a bigger reward. And they think that they did a wrong to you and they feel like they're winning. It's just win on both sides. You got the better win than they got it. They keep
You're not wrong.
the
Like
reward for
honestly, I'm
now.
not gonna say you're wrong, but I cannot. Like you're not wrong, but I cannot do what you actually want
Yeah.
to do.
So anyways, so that's that chapter of our life, which is closed. We don't have to worry about it anymore. The next chapter is the moving together, and that's what I'm really excited about. So
So I'm counting days to
it's
the day that I'm gonna move.
27. It's about 6 days,
It's
5
about
days.
60. Yeah, be 31st this month. So
Oh, okay. Of course, we're gonna bring you along. Today we just want to be sat down. And we're like, okay, let's just do a raw, no editing, raw
Nothing.
discussion, and let you know what has happened so far. We're at the stage that we're thinking we got approved, so that's very helpful. And then our stuff is in Lloydminster. That's also very helpful. The only thing is bringing that stuff and putting it into the new apartment and start setting it up. We got a lot of things from kitchen, living room, blah blah blah. But when we set it up, hopefully we'll have a decent layout. What do you think? We were actually thinking we're gonna do like a separate place for YouTube, where we can just gonna leave everything there, and then we're just gonna make it look pretty.
Hope so, but I
from
don't
the
think
back,
there's
so.
enough room for this.
I think the living room has to be that one. We have to do it with the living room.
We have to figure it out.
Because nobody else is gonna be there. It's just us two. We can do literally whatever you want. That's the first time. I it's gonna be pretty fun.
Is this first time for you? Like since you come here?
First time to have a private space, yeah. Because I'm just a guy. I just need one room. So I've always been living on a shared basis.
So, but you never lived alone.
Like I lived in the university dorms, and that was like one room private.
Just only one room.
Yeah,
It's
one
same
room was like
thing,
private.
like-
It's the same thing, but you were shared with the washroom was shared. This is like literally one time that I'm actually living on my own without sharing, of course with her, but
My
yeah.
first time to like it's our first time, like
Yeah.
our post first time together, and first time in general, like in life.
You know, it's one of those like things like you get very excited when you're moving in together, boyfriend, girlfriend, or husband, wife. That sort of feeling we have is that hey,
Same, yeah.
we are moving in together. We gotta make decision. We gotta make adult life decisions
Yeah,
together.
like it's
and
no one is gonna get your back if you forgot to take something from freezer. No one's gonna go get it from freezer because
yeah,
no one
yeah.
in the house.
You have
Yeah.
to throw the garbage on your own.
Yeah,
You
true.
know, and worry about the bills. Make sure they're paid, taken care of.
Like, no one is gonna wait for you.
So it's going to be a new chapter of the life, because so far we have been living together. Well, of course we are living together, but living with the family. So someone is taking care of something somewhere. But now everything is going on our own, and this is something we have to. It will help us grow quite a bit, because we're kind of scared to take the leap of it. But now that we have taken it, inshallah, it's going to be better. So that being said, I'm gonna end the video here. Hopefully you enjoyed a real chat with you and us. No editing, no nothing. just real time chat, give you a little update, and a little bit of story of how the move was like from Edmonton back to Lloydminster. So I'll see you tomorrow. In the meantime,
Take care of yourself. I know the channel, and don't forget to subscribe us. And see you
sabr
tomorrow.
karaib.
And
Please sabr karaib, okay? Please sabr karaib. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.
Peace.